Hey, I'm Julia with Thrive Logic, and we're joined with Lou Barani, our Chief Risk Officer at Thrive Logic. Thanks for sitting down with us today at ISC West.
Of course.
So, we wanted to talk to you about assessing risk. It's something that you've done for years and years. When you go and do risk assessments for organizations, I wanted to know what are some common challenges you see security teams face?
Well, the challenges are how they prioritize risk and how they mitigate risk, right? So we have to look at those two things. How do they identify the risks that would most impact their organization, their processes, their people, their assets, etc. And then what countermeasures they put in place to mitigate those risks or reduce the impacts.
Okay, and are there certain things you see that they don't think about or things that they maybe leave out?
Well, yeah. There's a big problem in the security industry with fragmented security. And that comes from budgets, that comes from changes in management, that comes from changes in priorities, that comes from changes in managers. Then how do they prioritize the operational countermeasures to go put in place of something they can't afford, some kind of mitigation they can't afford? Do they put a guard there? Do you put a camera in a corner, or do you put a guard there for however long you need to? Mm-hmm. That's always an issue.
And what about, a lot of times we think security, we think about reacting to situations, but it's kind of hard for some organizations to predict or prevent things sometimes.
In one of my past jobs, I was director of security, and one of the things I always wanted was a crystal ball. Tell me what's going to happen. And now with Thrive Logic, we have an end-to-end solution. We have the ability to use AI for predictive analysis and look at the indicators of a potential problem and address it before it happens, before it escalates. And then if it does become an issue, we have the capability to react to it, respond to it, so that we reduce the impact on the organization by time, by money, by people.
Yeah, so not only predictive analysis, but also when you're reacting, it is better off because you have a more efficient way.
Sure, if it's an immediate situation, if you can reduce the time to address it, that saves the impact, that saves money, that could save lives. In one of the scenarios that we're addressing very, very well now is active shooter. So we do everything we can to prevent it, and we use the predictive analytics to look at indicative behaviors. The FBI has identified 15 stressors and 21 indicative behaviors that active shooters present, and it's common, and it's been common since Columbine came, and it's been going on ever since. The software we have right now, the platform we have, can take the data that's coming from the school systems and identify these indicative behaviors. And as you work your way up to the implementation, you're presenting more and more of these behaviors. That allows the system to capture this, and when it reaches a threshold of a problem, that goes over to the threat management team, and they can intervene and put protocols in place before it happens. So you save the impact of the person going down the pathway to violence, you save the impact on lives, and you're saving lives.
And the impact on businesses, I mean, the list goes on. And how many times in these horrible situations we see on the news of an active shooter that people say, oh, there were so many warning signs. Oh, we complained and complained.
Every single time. I had an idea of it, I saw something, he wasn't acting right.
And so talking about all of this and talking about school safety, what made you want to join Thrive Logic and our mission here?
It's interesting. I'm at the end of my career. I've retired from 2 jobs already, and I'm getting to the point where I was ready to start looking down and relaxing and stuff. But when I met Nate and his team, they're in the middle of something that's never been done before. It's a disruptor that I haven't seen. When I was working at the World Trade Center, PSIMs were a big thing, Physical Security Information Management System. And one of the things that helps directors of security manage threats and risk is data. The more data you have, the better off you are, the more you can mitigate, the more you can address the issue. And in those days, they didn't have AI. So it was an okay system. It was probably about a 60% solution. Now, as Nate has presented and included AI and machine learning and agentics, which is a big deal, into the system, it gives you that information. And it's a powerful tool. A lot of companies are saying AI, but they're saying AI for a product that's siloed. It only covers one thing. This camera covers this and it has AI. This access control has AI, but they're still in silos. What Nate's system does, it covers the entire thing and creates a system of system, an ecosystem.